What happened last week?
Witchy nonsense.
And what happened last week, Tommy?
Witchy Baba Yaga Hospital Resurrection.
What, you can't remember? Why can't
Yep.
you remember, Tommy?
I was in a more of a drunken stupor than
Hospital
you.
has yet to be resurrected. Today, or it was. I thought it was going to be, or did we just say they did it?
He
We
was
just- they did it?
resurrected
He was
and then
resurrected.
put away.
Oh, we put him on. Oh, yeah, that's right. We put his body back on ice. Just let him know. Chill out.
Yeah, it's
No.
okay,
my bad.
back in the back pocket.
Yep.
Huh, you never know.
In our
It's
pocket
just,
of holding.
it's just useful to have them around just in case.
We
most
put our-
important
Turned an
thing-
elder god into a hot pocket.
You traveled
Yes.
around, you did a bunch of stupid shit.
Amazing.
Waking the Dragon God. Aruna was there. She
Awakened
walked
the
around.
dragon.
She says like, oh, you know, I'll teleport you wherever, and so she's on teleport duty.
That's pretty easy.
So finally, after you've all gone about, done your role playing, talked to your friends, blah 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 blah, seen your girlfriends and families and whatevers, you return back to the ship. It is still a rather solemn, anxious setting, as the ship gets closer and closer to the border between basically Bayaz Kumlahar and Stalreich. The air gets tenser and heavier. People get a little bit more easily agitated. They absolutely, the occasional fight breaks out between the crew as there's this foreboding presence. There's this foreboding that's over the ship. You still await contact from Gen, and who said he would be arriving to speak with everyone and to obviously speak with the Holy Emperor Adelaide. But understandably, it can be a little bit hard to get away from the war effort, especially because he said he'd be bringing others with him, and to expect multiple people to arrive. You have tended the circle, Aruna, making sure it's ready to go, making sure that none of the animals poop on it or smudge it or fucking. They're gonna make sure they don't screw it up.
Animals.
Disgusting.
You also make sure that some important general is not gonna step in bird poop or something. Pretty important. After maybe a week, 2 weeks, finally, you get a message from Gen that he will be arriving alongside Adelindra and some others by nightfall. And you spend the day waiting. Finally, as it's not really dark for you, but it's probably getting close to dark in Stalreich. The actual circle flares to life, as the bottom of the ship is sort of alight with magic, and out steps rather, stern-looking Gen. He's in his, adult human form. Decided not to teleport as a 10-year-old boy or a giant dragon, which would have caused problems, probably. Alongside him is Adelindra. She is grizzled, tired-looking, covered in an assortment of, new wounds that she didn't have last time. There's a large scar over one of her eyes, where she had lost it before, but it was regrown. There is, her arm sort of is bound in a cast, where it looks like it was pretty severely damaged somehow. Oh, I just want to go to the Panthers game, you bitch. NFL foosball. But she looks good. Behind her, you can see Abigail. Her warforged form is actually, scuffed and covered in dirt and mud. Whenever she moves, you can hear the faint sound of grit between her joints. And behind them, you actually see Captain Burnesh. He has a wide-brimmed hat, and he is wearing a symbol of station. Whips off his hat and bows low. As he sort of smiles at everyone, as Gen says, "Well, this is a long overdue meeting. Good to see you. I wish it could be under happier circumstances."
It's good to see you too.
My mic was muted.
That was actually a magical silence spell.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Ah!
Very powerful.
Well,
Server mute.
and I wish I could be bringing happier news than this, but no. As long as there's people, I'm still breathing. I mean, sure as hell is hope. Isn't that right, Adlindra? As he sort of elbows her, and she just kind of looks over at him with a raised eyebrow. He seems to be putting on a friendlier air than what it looks like he's feeling. He is, he also looks tired. He whips out a very large, map, and he says, "You have somewhere where we can, look at these a little bit closer?"
Yeah, I take him to my map room.
Ooh, an entire map room. He sort of gets excited, and he's like, "I was afraid I was gonna have to spread it out on some sort of little table or something. That's perfect." It is a very large, sizable map. As you lead him to the map room, and he sort of unfurls the map. He's got multiple maps, but the one he's focused on is one in particular of the area around Magden's Stand, right at the edge of Stalreich, at the very edge between it and Beaz Kumlahar. The desert sands are separated from the more verdant Stalreich by a strait called the Red Strait. It is currently marked pretty heavily with various sort of ink blots. It looks like things have been drawn on it and crossed over. It looks like he's had numbers drawn all around it that he's drawn on the map, but he just sort of scrapes it out and updates numbers. He proceeds to start laying out like little. He creates like little miniatures out of various sort of elements. As he turns to Abigail and he says, you mind making a couple? As she also begins to sort of mold, take some earth and mold it. Uh-oh, people are drawing dicks. And so he is able to array on the actual map, troops, specifically he puts, the edge of the front, which is proceeded all the way towards the final pass before a straight shot into Magden's Stand. This is just some pretty. They're not exactly mountains, but they're pretty decently sized hills. Quite rough terrain to pass over. He says, what do you well, I'm gonna be frank with you. Things are not good. We have been forced basically back into Magden's Stand. We've been fighting along the way, but we just trying to slow them down, but hit and runs and things like that. But they've been pushing ever onwards. We're sort of backed up against the wall, really. We've had reinforcements from Beaz Kumlahar. The Bishop Usul has sent troops, and then we've still had quite a few people trickle in. We've had, resistance fighters from Coldwood and druids come in as things are bad. I wish I could say they weren't. Adelindra sort of shakes her head and she says, "The truth of the matter is, we are poised to fall entirely. The Hussars have been decimated. The regular infantry, much the same. Auxiliary troops run rampant. There doesn't feel like there's a lot of hope. That being said, we have, hopefully, you and powerful allies coming to aid us. You're not far off now. Yeah. Got no more than maybe a week and a half until you reach Magden's Stand. We have identified opportunities. The forces arrayed against us, you've seen, but it's not as simple as these raiders of Black Everfrost. It's not some sort of line of men marching in armor. They have other things, creatures unlike we've ever seen. Great behemoths made of ice and stone. Strange furred flying beasts that fly at their backs and fly in the storms that they walk ever ahead of. We're doing what we can to combat them. And yet they press ever onwards. The city of Burleson has been something of a staging point. It is isolated enough and protected enough, or at least we felt that way, that able to hold refugees. We were able to sort of stage troops there, have them transported from the north safely through the water and pass through there instead of having to walk along the shores, which are largely patrolled and controlled people of Black Everfrost. And to his credit, Burnesh, along with his iron ship, has been largely responsible for helping make sure that the seas are safe. Well, the inland sea is safe. But even now, this water turns to ice. It's almost like they're forming their own little ice bridge to walk across it, growing ever closer to Burleson. She sort of motions it's basically from here, that they're literally just turning the sea to ice and walking towards the sea. Get ever closer. Meanwhile, those strange beasties, those flying creatures, made of almost seeming to be like manticores or chimeras of some sort that fly within the storm that follows this group. We have been using the battle mages to conduct rituals of protection, trying to shield the region against unwanted intruders. I'm afraid it does very little to protect against the stronger creatures. Bismarck and White Tide Mother certainly aren't going to be stopped by it, but these beasts, for the most part, can bounce off a magical bubble. But it is a ritual that is dangerous to conduct, and one that's only being done behind enemies' lines now, as they hide within the heart of the forest itself, ever surrounded, trying to maintain and hold this ritual in place. Meanwhile, to the north, the druids of the Crashing Tide, several of the Howling Zephyrs, quite a few of the Wildfires, and even some of the Avalanche druids are attempting to awaken the forest, to bring nature itself to our defenses. But again, it's a dangerous place. They're far out, and they're quite few in number, and they've struggled mightily as the cold, the death has strangled the nature of the forest. It is, from what I've heard, going quite poorly. Ever closer, the main host of these bodies heads towards the pass through the Emperor's March, and even now we struggle to reinforce it. While coming up behind this main force, there are those strange beasts made of rock and stone.
He said the line.
Said the line. That's almost like mobile siege engines capable of hurling massive rocks for over a mile. Are ever encroaching. We have identified some chances to defend, and maybe some chances to go on the offense even. Obviously, if we can awaken the forest, provide the power of nature itself at our backs, and Burnesh himself has raised the possibility of sailing a small group along with the Iron Trove to establish a beachhead in one of the lesser defended spots, so we can have people coming in around the backside whenever they're trying to get into the pass. One that's been discussed. These things have been difficult undertake. We don't have the manpower for it. But with your aid, such powerful heroes may be able to just pull some of them off. But it's up to you.
Gay silence. The druid is stuffing his mouth full of like acorns or something.
I know they mentioned beasts and whatnot, but like the vast bulk of the entire military force is the White Walkers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so we're talking actual zombies, no supply lines to cut.
They're not zombies. They're not zombies.
Legally distinct White Walkers.
They're not zombies because they're not undead.
They aren't undead. Okay. Do they eat?
It doesn't seem that way.
Okay. So my point is they have no supply lines to cut. No.
They're elementals basically. Sounds
Okay.
like.
Okay.
They don't really have too much to do except just, cut the head off.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Well, I mean, at that point, wouldn't the supply line be whatever lets them sustain?
Do we know what that is?
Maybe it's like a form of lichdom and they need souls.
I don't
That's
think that's it.
I am going to flip through my journal of the Redeemer, and assuming Klaus is here in an NPC capacity, I'm gonna ask for Merle Haggard to join me in doing so.
From what the Redeemer stuff doesn't really have any notes on that sort of thing.
I didn't think so.
He did have one with him. It was intelligent, but she did not seem the need to eat.
So, okay, I do want to. This is a very stupid question, but I just want to ask it to get it over with. Is the Raiders of Black Everfrost the army, or is it the entire species of people?
It is the entire species of people.
Cool. Okay, I apologize. That has not been clear to me for a very long time.
It's genocide time.
Yeah.
Well, Colin, last week you said we had forces at our own disposal.
Yes,
correct?
you will be whenever
Yeah.
you go in, you will have each one of you sort of comes with your own forces essentially.
And we were separated in groups. Can we go ahead and
You
do
were-
that to see?
You're
What?
not separated into groups. You will choose what groups you're separated into now.
Okay.
But before
I mean-
that, though. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just trying. I remember me and Klaus were gonna go together
Mm-hmm.
to keep all of the undead in the same area. And I vaguely remember Henley and Adelaide.
And then Colin was more saying that I don't have a choice. Adelaide goes with me.
No, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but I'm trying to figure out who we want to go. Who thinks they would work together best? That way, we know like essentially what unit we would be sending where.
Well, I assume that we want. Okay, you guys want me to do this as Henley or as Rick?
Henley.
You should
let's
do
do it
everything
Henley.
as Henley.
Henley.
Well, no, because this is metagaming because we're planning
Pickle
an
Rick.
attack.
No,
No,
Henley.
that's
we're
not-
playing an
That's not
attack with the
metagaming.
character.
This is wargaming. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
how this works in real life.
It's an overview. You will be traveling with Ito is going to have contingents of the Flaming Hussars with him, since he's a leader of generally within the army. Well, he's not in the army, but he's getting the army's resources. Venta said he's gonna go with Ito, so you know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I was more just saying that when you do wargaming, you have meta knowledge of like the battlefield and stuff, which I don't think I would have. And this was all I was asking you.
I think that's the purpose.
That's
of
the
Burnesh
purpose,
literally
yeah.
laying down a map.
that's why the map has been laid out. You're literally seeing this map basically with objectives on it.
Burnesh got on the table and spread it.
Oh yeah. So Reed will have contingencies of monks with him.
And
Uh,
I'm not familiar with this name on this map. Is Verlassen a city?
yes.
Verlassina
Okay.
that's where Cody went to meet the druids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Verlasan.
It is a city.
Okay.
Uh,
And
So-
is this map oriented differently?
I mean, it's
Is-
had to be
is
changed.
North?
Hex.
You
It's
get
Hex.
It's hex.
No. What
no.
I mean is like, is it
had
rotated?
shut the fuck up. I had to redraw it, so you just get a general idea of what things are. Shut the
Okay.
fuck up, Connor.
I thought it looked rotated.
The important thing is there's a large inland sea with an island on it, and then Magdenstand is to the south, and then the Coldwood is to the north. That's basically the important things.
The sea. Has this been frozen over, or is this still?
It's
Flowing
in
water.
process.
It's
So
in the
working-
process of freezing it over so they can walk to Burleson.
They're making-
You
getting-
said they were
they're
coming
making
from
it
this
straight.
direction, yeah.
they're coming from
I think
this
they're
arrow.
coming from both.
I got a question.
Yep.
Awaken the forest, magic ritual, establish we hit features. These are our actions or their actions?
So these
those
are
are
the
things we can do.
objectives that you can do. That's what they were going over.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they were their objectives or our objectives.
They're
That's
both
weird.
they're both your objectives. You're both
Alright.
fighting over these
Where's
things.
that list?
Does Cody
It's,
have
it's
The-
on
the
the map.
icons on the
It's the
map.
icons on the
map.
map.
the literal things on the map?
So,
Oh,
were we-
okay. Sorry, I couldn't see the text. I was zoomed out. Okay.
They're
call.
both your objectives realistically.
But like magic ritual, I don't know if that's us establishing a magic ritual.
That was-
or they're
it
doing
is.
a magic
That's-
ritual and we're interrupting.
that's the one that they were talking about. It's the established magical ritual where the mages are keeping off flying forces.
Yeah.
Anything that has a shield on it
Well, I assume that's a defense position or
is
versus
a
attack position.
anything that has a shield on it basically takes something helps you in the final battle by sort of taking something away from
Defensively.
them. The swords give you something in the final battle. You gain something offensively.
So,
I for some reason think that I might be good at the magic ritual. Huh.
Did you go back and we said last week, calling them? We said we aren't gaining anything. It's only not receiving negatives.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
The whole point is these are just things to do that will affect the final battle.
that's fine. All right, I just want to know.
What's the
So-
scale on these hexes?
Yeah, about how far is like this?
That is roughly. I
23
ended up it's 23 feet.
Oh man, that would make this.
Karakwa cast Power Word Kill on Aruna, and it
Yeah,
works.
fair.
I use the
And it
wish.
worked.
I use
There-
the wish to unmake Karakwa.
I wish you would shut the fuck up.
Arudi casts wish to cast permanent feeble mind on
Do we need to
Karakwa.
put? Do we need to put someone at Magden's standard now?
That's where the most of the army is. So
I think that's where
no.
Venta
they've been.
Yeah, I think if Magden and
Magden's stand
Verlasan
has
go, we
been-
lose.
Yeah, Magden's stand
So-
has been backed up. That's where the
So-
army's been backed up to, essentially.
have a-
There's go ahead.
I have a couple of concerns. Mostly this magic ritual that they're wanting to do for these flying creatures. What exactly is it going to do again? I apologize. I was eating curry.
They are so within the storm that they walk with. There are these strange beasts that fly in it, and so maintaining that ritual means that in a final fight they don't get air support outside of Bismarck.
Okay. Then
I feel like that's just nifty.
So
I'm
we need to summon the golden eagles to kill
All
the beasts.
all of them are nifty. That's
All,
the point.
all of them
them
are nifty. That's the fucking point. But they're also
I
the
feel
type
like
of
Speaking
thing.
things is especially
speaking of
nifty.
nifty,
That's hard to deal with.
The whole point.
All of
Can
them
we-
are nifty, Max. It's not
That's
the
the
point. We're
point.
supposed to
Speaking-
separate and do
speaking
different
of
ones.
And
nifty,
not only that,
is
there's
Nipsey gonna help us out?
she's got to
can we-
fly the
can we
airship.
count on her? Okay, I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure of that.
And
for
if
sure.
if we get rid of the flyers, the airship's more useful. Also, because it can't get tanked.
But
It's
the-
just-
Sure.
The
Does
point
the
is,
airship have like armaments at
Uh,
this
it-
point?
we put
Yep.
a tree
Other,
out.
other than us? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Also, I can overload
is-
the elemental engine and blow them up with
it is not.
Oh,
It has arms, but not. It's not. It doesn't have a lot of weapons. It is not
Tommy.
heavily
Connor's not
weaponed.
listening.
Yeah.
Tommy, I put a treant on the Skyweaver. I forgot to tell you.
I know.
Shut up.
But
Does he
Yeah.
do a
The thing-
cool leaf magic?
the thing is, they're all nifty. They're all useful. You could, if you do none of them, you're not gonna die. It just makes the final battle harder. If you do all of them, you might spread yourself thin, and be overwhelmed at one of the objectives. Do you identify the most important, like two, and send two groups? Do you
Alright.
try to spread thin and send someone out to all of them?
I
And
got it.
that's literally the fucking point. Is you make
Max-
these decisions.
Max's opinion is null and void.
Well, no, here's what I'm doing.
Why
I
is it not
understand.
void?
What we do is we do none of them, and we do the secret playthrough where we get the achievement for having all of like the
Oh fuck!
all the odds against
I
us.
do
It's
wanna
a
get
solid
the
point
achievement.
because
Yeah.
this is a full retard.
challenge mode run.
I do want to get
Yeah.
the achievement. I'm not gonna lie.
Fi-
I do want to get the
All
special
the time, I'd like
achievement
to
that you
finish
had.
the game after 15 years.
6 RTS players and 1 RPG player try and fight a war.
Jesus Christ.
So, another question I have is if the armies are moving from here, and I'm
Yep.
assuming they are also occupying a majority of the forest here. Yes,
Yes, but it is difficult to walk an army through a forest.
for sure. Then, specifically, if we were to try to awaken the forest as it is here for helping bring in defense, we could theoretically do it anywhere within the forest region, yes? But I would assume this one is the more defensible and the more less occupied at the moment. I just want to make
Probably
sure I'm
have to
clear.
exhaust fewer resources to get closer to the coast than we would deeper into their already occupied territory.
They would have to wade through the river, whether it's frozen or not, too, to meet the forces.
Sure. But we've already seen they can walk pretty easily on ice. They don't, if I remember correctly, the rough terrain doesn't even affect them.
Are you talking
ice
about
is-
for like awakened forest stuff, or are you talking about for the raiders?
The Raiders.
Yeah.
They're not affected
Making
by
sure.
the
Yeah,
difficult.
the
They don't
Raiders
have-
Well,
are-
I meant the whatever is awakened here would have to make its way across either the river or the slowly freezing water here. It is just something else to keep mind of. I also, in Magden's stand, would it be possible for the army there to enhance their weaponry in any way? We know that the raiders are very durable. We know that they are resistant, or are they immune or resistant to fire, Colin? I can't remember.
They are immune to fire.
Immune to
Not
fire,
your
okay.
fire, obviously, because you have the
Yeah,
the
but I
stuff,
mean like
but-
fire in general. Okay.
This was a question because Karakwa has the ability to overcome resistance and stuff. Could we also tweak the ritual to make them vulnerable, at least temporarily, like the raiders, so that we have a little bit more oomph during the fight? Or is that like way too out of line and take too much time?
What does Adeline have to do?
Adeline? It's something that would probably be pretty difficult to do. To grant it to the whole army. Fire vulnerability to an entire army. But potentially, it would have to be something, you might be able to do that in the magic ritual, but you might give up the air superiority to do that instead.
Damn, okay.
The only thing I wasn't sure on though, Colin, is the Ice Titans. What exactly is that?
They are
Is that just the hills?
They are basically 200
Oh, the
foot tall
siege
siege
weapon.
weapons. Yep.
Oh yeah,
They're the ones that are
yeah.
throwing things in the miles.
I
but
just
they're-
didn't catch the name.
They're
That's
kept
what I
in. They're kept in the hills, basically. They're following
Okay.
behind the main force.
So,
Okay.
so do we think mass vulnerability is better than stopping air support?
I think air support being removed is much better.
Okay.
I
that's
don't
fair.
think we have enough air stuff for us to be able to counter
That's fair.
all of the like manticores or whatever the fuck they are flying out at us. Our
In a
general
large
army would get
scale-
fucking crapped on if that was the
Yes.
case.
In a large scale battle such as this, removing the enemy's maneuverability will be key.
Alright,
Real
so
quick,
I guess
is this two
yeah.
fronts? Is there the front nearest
Yes.
Verlassen and the front? Okay, okay.
Yep. From this arrow, they're walking across. They're forming ice to walk to Verlassen. Here's the main, to the south at the pass. That's the main host, essentially. That's the main body.
Gotcha.
I think just, since it's magic shit, me doing the rituals where I'm gonna be at. So unless someone really wants me to leave and do something else.
I mean, I think people just move your character where you think you might want to go, and then we can go from there.
That's true.
Before we do that, what is to the southeast of Magdad's stand? Is
the
that
southeast, that's Bayaz Kumlahar.
Okay, so this is the strait
That's
between the two.
That's the strait, yep.
nations.
That's the red strait.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like here.
Do
on
we
this map.
know
Yeah.
if does Bayaz Kublahar have a navy?
Big ass?
They don't really have much of a navy. But you have a navy. The whole point is Burnesh has been doing it.
Sure. I was just wondering if we could bolster him. I was looking for Max's secret sixth option.
Amazing.
That
You mean the
Burnesh's
Chonk Club?
Burnesh's navy would be used in establishing beachhead.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go hang out at the magic shit. Y'all have fun.
You just gonna go like right now, right this very second?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He's just gonna log off.
Just all right, bye
Love
y'all.
you. I'm over here. Peace.
Yeah, I'm casting. I'm casting Wish as we speak. I have to make it count.
And is Verlassen is it a fortress? Is it a town?
No, it is a city. It's
It's a
certainly
city.
it's certainly not fortified very well because the fucking giant moat around it was the fortification.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, come on, Venta.
Yeah, we honorary hussar.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's. I asked this question. I did not hear the answer. What is the scale of the hex?
It takes roughly a day to get from Magdad Stand to the pass.
Okay.
For the magic ritual outside, like the druids
like
and the magic ritual, there are magical ways that they'll be taken there.
So about 5 tiles is a day's travel,
Yeah,
I'm
give or take. Okay,
by
So-
standard march.
by standard.
figure.
Okay.
I am personally torn
Yes.
between the Ice Titans and the Beachhead.
I think the way it's
Cody, can you do the forest by yourself? You think? 'Cause if then I can probably do the beachhead.
yeah.
I'll go ahead and tell you if you
Where-
you can't die in these. But if you get knocked down to 0, you are
Fail.
ferried away and you
Honestly,
fail.
If honestly, I think that Max and Connor are most used to fighting in like a beach like area, and they should take the beach, and then they
Front
should
line.
and then you put
Okay.
me and Adelaide at the pass with our with my guys who can defend it, and we can just and they can funnel in, and I can
Especially since Adelaide's the face of the thing.
yeah, and she's
Yeah.
closest to Magden Stand then, so she can fall back if she needs to.
That makes sense.
Also, the two of you guys would also be most seaworthy. That could probably, if need be, get back to Verlasan.
That's
Fair enough.
Fair, yeah.
Look, I'm
And that
just
way
You're
me-
leading the.
And we could also, like, being in the middle, we could support anybody who might need help if
With
we
all
Yeah.
cavalry.
At this point, Cody and the Druids could fall back to Verlasan if they needed to. But
And-
they're already established.
And
Don't worry,
me and
guys.
Klaus can sneak up to the Ice Titans and try and take them out.
Yeah.
Don't worry, me and Reed, we'll be over here.
Can I ask a Can I
Right
ask a question?
behind
real
me.
quick? Last question, Colin.
yeah.
I apologize. Who exactly is all in this room right now in this planning discussion?
You've got obviously Adelaide's there. Burnesh, Nipsey's probably in there.
Okay.
The entire party. Adelindra,
Mhm.
Gen.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Burnesh.
Burnesh, yeah, Burnesh is there.
Yep. Okay. I'm thinking.
You basically got the Navy commander, the Army commander, the overall commander, the Emperor, captain of your personal airship, and you.
And me.
Yep,
I am the main character.
that's true. I'll tell you what, Cody, the Panthers are butt
Tell me.
cheeks.
Let me look at the score real quick.
It's 3-7, but they're still losing, and they
Well,
suck.
Yeah, it's almost a half. They could turn it around, or they could fucking lose.
I mean,
They
they're
won't.
already gonna turn it around and get fucked in the ass. Fucking awful.
Here, hold on. I know why Colin's upset. There we go. Now he feels better.
Show me a picture of
Hell
Anya
yeah.
Taylor-Joy.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right,
Colin, how can you even call that a dress on that TikTok commercial?
all right. Here's a picture.
For Ukraine? No, no.
Here's a picture of Anya Taylor-Joy right here for you, Colin.
Oh no, it's Alien Javert. I'm just saying. Alright. But, you know, there's not like a right or wrong decision.
I would definitely. if-
Everybody can wait
I'm
in
sorry.
Magden Stand and
We
get,
could.
Please don't do that.
That's probably a
We get the
terrible.
secret
Please,
ending.
please do
No.
not.
waiting
Please do not do
waiting
that.
waiting in Magden Stand gives you the benefit of
Getting the
you-
party.
You will not have when in the fight, because after these fights, you will you will essentially be falling back and not have a good chance to long rest, so you won't get long rests afterwards. You will be only what you can recharge on a short rest.
Yeah. Also, do we think, Reed, do you think you're better somewhere else, or that I'll need the assistance?
You might want some martial assistance there.
I don't know.
You are the farthest out, so it makes sense to put you with 2 people. Also,
Okay,
if you need
that's
to
fine.
concentrate and do the spell, someone needs to hold them off.
Yes.
Plus, Delilah and the battle mages are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Delilah. We got battle mages. We got witches out the
In-
butt.
In Verlasan,
Chances,
since I was there
also,
somewhat-
chances are your family is there as well. So
Oh,
Oh my god.
so in Verlasan,
Just remember, we don't want to split up too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
how many? Who's still in Verlasan? Is it basically the entire city?
Verlasan is an entire city. Refugees fell back
In
to
terms
there.
of like citizens and stuff,
Yes.
still there.
It's largely actually a civilian population center at this point.
What is the realistic? How long do we have before this goes down? Most likely?
That
Yeah, like, do we have time to
maybe
do multiple things?
no, you will have time to do one. That's sort of the whole point. Is you're spreading out and deciding what to do.
I'm spreading.
Because everything you can get to all of these places magically within a day. Well, not from now, but whenever the stuff starts, whenever the airship gets there, because you're probably going to want to actually like wait for your airship support. Chances are, once you arrive, you know, it looks like that's about the time that the main host will be roughly around getting towards the actual pass, because it's about a week or so away. They know that this ritual's happening. They know that the druids are gathering up there. They know this stuff is in Verlison. They've seen the Ice Titans. All this stuff has just been seen, essentially, and they're speculating on what to do. So they've got some good objectives, because you're only about a week and a half out at this point. But once
Cody.
it pops off, it's all popping off at the same time. Because
my question is, how many ships does Verlison have right now? Then?
Verlison's a island city, so it has quite a few ships, many ships.
I'm trying to think if it would be possible to. Wouldn't be enough to get all the citizens out in a day, then, would it?
Probably not. But a general evacuation is. You can get quite a few out.
Well, if it's a week before the battle, we can literally have the Emperor tell them to get the fuck out now. And then that week of travel time would be spent evacuating.
I think we've spent a lot of time evacuating, and I think that it has led to this point.
Yeah.
I don't think evacuating is going to do any good at this point.
Also, where do they evacuate to?
Yeah,
well, yeah, Cody said ships, but yeah.
Yeah.
To beat Ito and make the cold statement, unfortunately, they are just civilians.
I mean, to be fair, at this point, we've been evacuating the entire country for so long that if anyone's there, they kind of are aware what the fuck is coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, someone needs to be there in case they go there, like to try to fight them off. Because I mean, they are just like civilians, but I'm sure some of them can.
They're civilians. And a small contingency of the army. Like I said, it was a supply staging point previously, from supplies coming from the Coldwood. So
maybe we could talk to rabble up as much of a militia as we could there too.
I could go.
I feel like at that point we're starting to spread ourselves.
Yeah, we're trying to spread ourselves thin.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. What section?
Throw the ball, you fucking bitch! Jesus. This is what we get for hiring a damn.
Turn it off.
This is what we get for drafting a midget.
You sounded like you were gonna cry when you said that, Max.
He is.
What? You sounded like you were gonna cry when you said that.
Why did we
turn it off?
Why would you draft a Make-A-Wish kid?
Fuck.
We need to draft that kid, that Make-A-Wish kid, into this war right here, right now.
Why? So
him on the front lines.
I mean, yeah, no, you'll put it on fucking their side. See if you can throw it then.
He can throw the game for them.
See if you can throw it then. Oh boy, 4th and 16. Well, at least he's just airing it out into fucking the sidelines. Going into the half, 3-7. It's a fucking real.
I had a question.
The real cross burner up at the fucking Tampa Bay.
No, you didn't, Connor. No, you didn't.
All right, what was your question?
What? You mentioned the lake is
freezing
or
yes.
frozen.
Freezing.
Okay, so we cannot walk across it.
It is freezing.
No, we ask him nice.
They're very. It seems they're very specifically freezing it in front of them.
The cold doesn't bother Ito, anyways.
That's true.
All right, Elsa.
It's a war of extermination. They're going to Verlison. They don't care. Civilians, fuck it. They go into Verlisen. In Verlisen, there's a shardy so bad, I'll let you shit in my chopped cheese.
Do we know where Klaus is going?
Alec Cool.
Alec Cool.
It's on the map.
Me and him agreed to stick the undead together because it makes more sense.
Unless you can really think of a good reason for Klaus to go somewhere else, like a really good reason.
Because me and him can also sneak up.
Did not see Klaus, I only saw Alec.
Yeah, me and him with the undead could probably pretty easily sneak up to the siege weaponry and try and take it out. And to be clear, we do not have any sort of anti-siege defense stuff, probably.
Not against stuff like this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't think so.
Are the Titans like indirect fire? Like, is this like mortar bombardment?
They imagine trebuchets that can throw giant rocks, basically comets, for about a mile.
Cool.
Yeah,
A
so
superior siege weapon.
so ideally, we don't want that to be around when we're
Can
fighting.
they hit Verlison from their current position?
No.
Or
No,
Magden
God,
stand?
No.
They would need to move before they're able
no.
to do anything.
They have to move.
But unless we stop them, or at the very least slow them down, we will get absolutely piped by those things.
They follow behind the main host.
Fucking Alec Cool over here revealing the tapestries of fate and then going, we'll get absolutely fucking piped.
Yeah, there's like it's a gif on the wings of a dude getting fucked in the ass.
Alec's just like, okay, guys, we need to do this, and he just shows the entirety of the Hoth fight in Empire Strikes Back on the wings.
Holy shit, we need tow cables and lots of them.
Like, it's the type of thing where like they're following, they're slow and there's not a ton of them, but imagine like a meteor swarm every turn. Like,
They're
okay,
just
sounds
like
like
us.
fun.
They're slow.
Okay.
We're slow. There's not a lot of us.
It's just Klaus going, one more pass.
All right, we won, guys. Good
What?
work.
So we know the specifics about obviously reinforcing the path, the beachhead, all this. What exactly, when it comes down to it, like, what's our best case scenario?
We win all of them.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
You set
What's
yourself
the
up.
best case scenario where the line does break here and here? Like, what's the plan? Because we need a plan for that too.
Where breaks where?
Well, when they're in disarray, we go kill the shit out of the White Tide
When it
Mother.
breaks at both of the arrows, you mean, Cody?
Yeah, like when our line breaks, if and when our
if our
lines
line
break.
breaks.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say there.
There's not a line at the beach in the north. I don't know why my thing won't
Sure.
ping. But we have a time limit for that one.
Sure.
Is the biggest thing. So
It's coming.
do we know how long that's taking them?
They're walking at a pretty steady pace. They will arrive at a week and a half. Because they're even though it's right here on the map, they've already made their way, out into it.
Yeah. So by the time we get to Magden's stand, we have about 4 days to get, or before they just get there.
There is the worry from again that once they're done with this, they're gonna just turn around and start coming down this way.
Yeah.
And that would take
So-
time, but it would be bad if they did arrive at the same whenever there's fighting over here.
I got a fucked up plan for the pass. If worse comes to worse.
Blow it up.
You
literally
Sauron
blow
it.
it to smithereens.
I don't think that's a pass through mountains. I'm pretty sure
It's
those
a
are
I know it's hills and stuff, but
It's
if
pass
we
through
make it
hills.
even remotely more difficult to navigate, it'll slow them down and we can run. So if we detonate the entire area via magic or
Somebody would still
mechanical
need to
means-
be there, though.
That would be part of reinforce the pass.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
so,
saying
I mean,
after if the pass were to fail, I think Cody means like if they sweep over the forces there and we're running away, we detonate the pass behind us. Does it buy us more time?
Ah, the Russian method.
But I think the major issue is the thing we're not defending, which is Verlasan and the ice.
Yeah.
So we would have about 3 to 4 days once we get to Magdans before they would then reach Verlasan.
Well, okay, hold on.
Ish.
I do have a question. This is a front. Fronts move. Theoretically, can we fall back
To Magdan Stan?
or Verlasan? Yeah. 'Cause
That
that's what I was asking earlier.
that's
It's like,
the-
these are behind us.
that's sort of the whole point. You're gonna end up falling back to Magdan Stand, but you can't fall back much farther than that. That's the problem. And so whenever now it's a matter of when it does arrive, when you do fall back in front of it, how strong is that front gonna be?
Position. Okay. I don't remember how to draw, but
It's not on here anymore.
Okay. The fronts, the big arrow that we're to the north of, and the littler arrow closest to Verlasan. Is this actually a gap between the fronts where this beachhead is? Is this legitimately a gap in their forces?
It's wrong to think of it like a gap. It's more like thinking of it as occupied territory.
Sure, like the bulk of their troops are at the pass
Yep.
and at this peninsula, or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. Okay, so it's less of a gap and more maybe the least aggressive front.
Basically, it's the type of place where you could land a beachhead because and establish a defensible position to do sorties out of from behind them, because it'd be difficult to turn the host up to deal with that, or it's the type of thing they wouldn't probably once they get down here they're probably a little bit too committed to turn around and worry about fighting up there.
Yeah. Does control weather do anything against the magic they use? Or do we know?
We make it sunny so they melt.
They don't.
What? No.
Damn,
I'm
why
saying
didn't we
it's-
think of that
No,
sooner?
listen.
Damn.
Like, if they're making an ice bridge and say we crank it up to unbearable heat, even if it temporarily were to slow them marching on Verlasan, I mean, I feel like that's a viable option. I don't know if it'll work.
Control weather is
It's 8th level.
it is
so it's a lot of juice.
usable. It's a little bit limited. It's a little bit. It's not ineffective, but it has lessened
Oh
effects.
yeah, it's 5 miles. Oh,
and it's
you're
also, like I said, only 5 miles.
right. Ugh. Okay.
How thick is the ice that they're making here? Obviously, they're walking across it.
Probably several inches.
Damn, packing the schmeat.
Jennifer Lopez.
Whoa!
I mean, I think enough to handle them walking on it.
That's fair. I was thinking when we say awaken the forest here, are we talking about trees, wildlife,
Trees.
bringing it?
Trees. Yeah.
Treebeard.
Cody, it's the fall of Isengard in a winter skin.
No, I wanted to ask because it's like, I don't know, maybe the twins or Abigail, when she gets here, have some way of controlling beasts. Also, I was thinking, what kind of sea creatures are in the water here? That
I don't think Abigail will be coming because she's Adelaide's mount.
It's true.
Right?
Yep.
Big fucking narwhals to
Fair.
break the ice. And they can't walk.
They got,
Dude, I'd be scared shitless of a giant narwhal.
there are
in time.
Can you imagine a submarine-sized narwhal?
there's
we
there's
put-
like 10-foot long sturgeons in the
Holy
sea there.
shit.
So
Can
I
the
mean, shit, if we
narwhal-
got like a lot of them, they could like chip away at it.
Can the
I think I
narwhal
was
shoot
eaten
lasers?
Run like little
by an
strafing
8-foot-long
runs?
sturgeon, Colin.
narwhal strafing runs.
I'm almost certain you ate Mancova with a fucking 8-foot-long sturgeon.
No, it's a catfish.
it's a catfish.
Oh, was it?
These are sturgeons. They're different.
Same fucking difference.
The point is, you know, it's the type of thing where the situation where you have to weigh what you want to do, what you're willing to give up, what is most important. If you want to spread yourself out, that's the whole point.
Could I wish away the cold temporarily for the region?
Do you think that would actually work?
I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know what kind of
Wait.
magic bullshit they have.
Tommy,
Yes.
you're not thinking of this big brain enough. You wish for a time travel spell. We go back in time and just do thousands of years of global warming. Then it'll never happen.
Or
I mean,
alternatively,
by
you
current
wish.
history, we only need like
You
maybe
know-
100.
You know how we had an entire game where we stopped Henley's village from industrializing? You literally want to go
It already
back
was.
and make the entirety of Starrike
I
industrial.
mean, you could go back in time to before the King of Black Everfrost got the heart. You could kill him out on the fucking ice whenever he was approaching the Cold Forge.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's like going back in time and shooting Hitler. It's the same thing.
You could go back in time to whenever, fucking, like, Hedwig von Richter first went over there and go with him and just
Aruna.
kill everybody.
Aruna,
True. Yeah.
I need you to make a good use of your wish spell.
I wish
I wish
Karakwa
for-
had titties.
Goth butts and happiness.
I wish everyone had titties.
Hell
No,
yeah.
everyone just starts growing tits at a rapid
Rock
pace.
was gonna make you wish for a
At
dog,
a
but I wasn't
rapid
listening to him.
pace.
rapid pace.
Isn't that-
Tittyfication has begun. Even the Raiders of Black Everfrost now have titties. They're ice cold.
I've played this age game.
Shut
Anyway, what were you saying?
Hold on, I'm making
You should
Karakwa have
wish-
titties.
up. Oh no. Yay, look how big they are. Holy shit, they go for miles. You should wish for
Jesus.
you should wish for the best plan possible.
That's fair.
I would just do that.
Colin,
Alright.
I go ahead and do a commune or divination or whatever to see the outcome of our current plan.
The current plan,
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
The implications of that are amazing. All right, guys, everybody change places.
Everyone gather around. I mean, that's really how you deal with them. You just make a giant dick that blasts them off. The
Yeah, you ever been blasted by a load that knocks you back for miles?
I think it's
the wings themselves are turn sort of blood red, and they show sort of flames and ice across them. Symbols of weal and woe.
Well,
Vague.
it could be worse. It's not the worst plan.
It's not just bad, I guess.
yeah.
I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think a single one of our plans would ever be like perfect.
Well, I don't think any plan ever is.
I'm just saying,
Regardless.
like,
I have a perfect plan.
What's
no,
your
I'm
perfect
just saying,
plan?
look, Doctor Strange didn't go, hey, the one time we succeed, that goes swimmingly and no one dies. He didn't
True,
say
true, true.
that.
I think we should
all
be
I'm
like
saying.
the CIA, and we should put C4 in a cigar, and we give it to the Black Everfrost King guy.
Yeah,
and
he
kills
might
himself.
be down for it.
What if
Yeah.
we have Tommy travel to the real world and then banish Henry Ford to our world 200 years before this fight?
Ooh, okay.
How about we just kill Henry Ford?
Did you choose Henry Ford because they did a ERB today?
No, I chose Henry Ford because of the rapid
Because he's-
industrialization he allowed to prosper.
Because
today.
he's evil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, that was
I thought he might just be on your mind because
Here's the thing.
they did an epic rap battle
No.
for
What
him
if-
just
He's just
today.
evil.
What
It
if you
was really good,
switched
though.
sides and joined the King of Black Everfrost?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I'm sure he'd agree.
I just turn around and stab Adelaide.
You could-
Gotcha!
You could all be kings
The long
and
con,
queens.
baby.
You could all be rulers.
It's not a long con.
The
I have
Tide
no
Mother
idea
sends
what
her
I'm doing.
regards.
I was telling Connor in messages that I could burn out the souls of everyone in Verlison and make some type of soul bomb. That'll work.
I
eh?
mean, I feel like that's
You
starting
had
to be
me
a
in the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
I
like,
know experts
sure does
that-
sound like a war crime.
look, if they're gonna
I'm
die
not-
anyway,
It
that
looks-
sounds
there's-
evil.
There's no Geneva on this plane.
yeah, like let's think of the juice.
I'm gonna
that,
make
like,
my
t-
hive called Geneva.
I've never met Geneva or her convention.
Yeah. Think of the raw magic power of 10,000 screaming souls.
Look, I never went
Just
to
think of
Geneva
that.
Con, but all I'm
The
saying,
anti-spirit bomb.
Yes.
Look, technically, the Geneva Convention says nothing about souls.
It's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
It was a fucking oversight.
Geneva didn't know shit about power word kill.
Geneva Convention also just doesn't work. So
Geneva Convention, Geneva Suggestions.
yeah, Geneva,
Geneva sounds good on paper.
Well, I think this plan's solid. I don't think we have anything else. We're all too stupid.
It's true.
I am stupid.
I look at my wings and go, that's good enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
there's.
enough for government work,
Yup,
which is what we're
done.
technically doing right now.
I mean, it's, you know, you're going into a big old final battle. There's gonna be good and bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
good enough. It wasn't just bad. That's good enough.
There's gonna be
90%
fire
of
and
the
blood and
spells
ice.
I cast, I wing it.
Wing it well.
And I, Colin, have, I guess, Aruna cast Sending to Excelion. Or Escelion, whatever his name was.
Skeleton.
Skeletor.
Is that the chef?
Yes, and I tell him we will be in Magden's stand in, I don't know, like the week or whatever,
Yeah.
for him to, if he would like to come and cook our final battle meal.
5
Yeah.
business days.
You fucking calling in catering?
Yeah, I needed to speak to him.
need
He was-
big
We
fan.
need one.
Colin, it's
Wait.
fucking
One of
Big
those
fan.
Dragon Dash.
40 count Chick-fil-A trays.
Hold on,
please.
no. Are we getting this from Badobos or Flamin' Amy's?
Ooh, that's a Sophie's choice. if I've
Bonobos.
ever heard.
Both.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, both.
Bonobos.
Oh,
Wait, yeah, no,
shit.
it's the final battle. It's definitely
It's gotta
both.
be both.
Look,
Boy, our stomachs will be hurting.
We'll stop it.
you
Klaus kicks down the door carrying cookout. I'm here.
you
We'll
you
stop
lose
it
Shit out
cookout
some
when we're
fire
done.
damage they're not immune to.
you lose all objectives because you're in the shitter whenever you need to be there.
That's true.
All right. Well, if that's the case, it will
Quite fine.
be. These are the final groupings.
Can I do have a. We might not know this, but we've seen Raiders of Blackadder for us, which are like rank and file soldiers. It seems. I know you mentioned the Titans, which are indirect fire trebuchets. They've got the Sea Winter bitch magic user lady
Yep.
who's like a level 60 wizard or whatever.
Weird Chimera Manticore flying things. They got those.
Fell beast, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other unit types that we can expect and where they might be deployed to?
You have.
I don't know if we have any kind of intel
You have
that's that
seen
nuanced.
multiple types, but you have never fought multiple types.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one thing you do know is there is no arcane magic use in the army.
It's just
It's
the
just the
lady.
one
Yeah.
powerful like magic user. That doesn't mean there's not magics of a sort. They do have access to some like healing stuff and shamanistic things, but they're not casting fireballs. They're not casting comets from the sky. They're not making walls of fire or things like that. So you know it's pretty much all just martial stuff.
Okay.
Amazing.
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 Cody,
don't
I
think that it's gonna
I
go
can't
wrong.
remember. Are you like the last of the fire druids?
No.
There's like a small group of them, right?
It might not be
Because
the
we
last.
tried
but
to
use the Gaius.
evacuate them, right?
Well, it wasn't the fire druids. It was the homes of the lizard folk and other people.
That's
there.
right. That's right. That's right. Okay.
It just happened to be that there
I
were
was
like
conflating,
druids and lizard folk there. All right. Well, if that's the final thing, those are the final assignments. Then Karakwa will be going to awaken
Growing
the
titties.
forest with his big ol' lizard titties. He will be
Yeah, maybe.
joined by groups of druids, essentially, to help him as he fights to awaken the forest. Aruna, you will be up
Me.
and with Reed with dealing with the magical ritual to reinforce the protections over the region, specifically basically Magden's stand, so whenever it gets to be that way, it's pretty much the whole area though that ends up being protected from these weaker beasts. It's not going to keep Bismarck out, but any air support Bismarck would have had sort of goes with it. So no crazy flying manticores or things like that. You'll obviously have Reed, who will have contingents of monks, and you will be there with both the battle mages and your family. We got Ito and Venta hoping to establish a beachhead so they can so you will have a place to sortie out behind them, hopefully weakening and distracting them on the final fight, drawing forces away. You will have members of the Hussars, as well as the Iron Trove providing fire support, essentially, because it does have big guns. You got, oh boy, we got a D-Day. Fucking.
Oh no.
Fucking
That's what we should have done. Just everyone on the beach.
You're all taking the beaches. You got
Oh, it's okay. I'm already ahead of you.
Alec Cool, and you got Klaus going in to deal with the basically siege engines, these terrible titans. Sneaking in, luckily they're backed with basically vampires and thieves. Small groups of them.
What
so.
a fucking sentence.
That's my young adult dark fantasy romance novel.
That's the new Ailstorm album name.
Yeah,
right
it
there.
is. Oh my god.
Like they're basically backed with like pretty stealthy people, so it's stealth all the way down.
Vampires, thieves, and zombies.
Yep, pretty much. And then you got Henley and you got Adelaide, who are going to obviously have the backing of the entire army, essentially, because they're helping hold the pass. All right.
Well, wait, can we get this universe's version of Cher to sing that song though?
Right?
What, vampires and thieves?
Vampires,
Oh, I
thieves,
get it.
and whatever the other thing was.
Gypsy vampire thieves.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
that.
about
Oh
fighting
yeah,
Gy-
I want to
Churchill,
be a
Cody?
gypsy. I basically am a gypsy vampire thief.
That's
Oh my
true.
God.
Cool says slurs.
No, it's not a slur because I am a gypsy vampire
Oh,
thief.
okay, my bad. Never mind.
You're not allowed to
Yeah.
call me that though.
You can say fee, but you can't put the hard F on the end of it. You can say Thea.
All right.
Oh,
The plans have been made.
Oh, no.
You will, like I said, that the real point of this game was just to make these plans, because next week will be the
We're doing
actual
it.
fighting. You, it will be like I said, you're all gonna be broken off into your own things. I don't know if it'll all be done in 1 week, but I'll probably. Who wants to go first?
I was gonna ask. You mentioned that these are gonna be like scheduled short sessions for individual people, right?
Yep.
Hey, Colin.
Yeah.
I'm going to a concert next Sunday. Save me for last.
All right.
Colin,
Yeah.
since I'm
That's a
alone,
funny way of saying Tommy ain't coming.
Well, I'm alone. I'll do it with fucking ever.
Okay.
I'll do it tomorrow if you want to.
I'm fine.
I'll
yeah.
do it right now if you want.
No, I need to finish making like the battle maps and stuff.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Can we make the airship play Fortunate Son when we go
Alright.
into battle?
I gotta take Ziggy out. I'll be
It will
back.
play. It'll
It's
play
been
innate me.
for 4 years.
Oh, has? Oh,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I just.
Cody, I think that's the same song. It Ain't Me is
That's
Fortunate
cute.
Son.
No, it's called It Ain't Me. It Ain't Me starts playing.
How about my
Amazing.
fortunate balls in your mouth? But yeah, that'll be the thing. It'll be sort of breaking off into smaller ones. And the point of this
Also,
is,
Cody, that is not correct. The song is called Fortunate Son.
Holy shit! It's a fucking meme. Shut up.
I know.
the big point of this is after these battles, you won't have a chance to long rest. You will have short rests. But
I'm
you
killing
will
everything
not
with
have long
cantrips.
rests. And that's the whole point. Do you use cantrips and, you know, maybe risk not winning? I mean, or do you expend resources and save them for the final fight? And that's including things like, you having to spend hit die and things like that if you take damage, etc., etc. So That's kind of the point. But yeah,
Oh no, I can't wait to waste a rage.
well,
Can't
My
you, like,
rage-
infinite range by now?
What?
Can't you like infinite range by now? Isn't
Yeah,
that
I
a
have,
thing?
but I have like 6 of them.
But I meant like I
he's-
thought you meant like okay.
he's
that's
got-
fine. I thought you could rage an infinite.
he's
number of
got he's
times
got
per day.
he's got a wife, so he has unlimited rage.
Oh my god.
She has unlimited rage too. It's just it's this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I got Wi-Fi at home. A Wi-Fi hate.
Oh shit. Rick, did you
The
did
boomer
you
So funny.
Rick?
Shut
Did you see your final weapon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an elephant
it's
gun.
pretty neat.
I leaned into. You said you wanted to do like buffing and controlling, so you can make a move and attack and give him hit points and stuff.
Yeah,
he
I
wants to
saw
do
that.
some boofing.
It's really good.
But yeah, we'll do it next week. Like I said, this week's a short one, but next week will be the next couple weeks are gonna be real fight heavy. So
Oh no. 1 second.
you 1 second.